Hello again and welcome to Carling's Evening of Legends in association with the IFA. We've done 6 of these so far. They've been a great success. Thank you for tuning in, watching the highlights, coming online. Second half kicks off here in my hometown club of Ballymena United. And tonight we have 4 panellists, 3 true legends. One of them was an 18-year-old when he scored an Irish Cup winning goal back in 1958. Enjoy.
This is really for all the panel. What is your most memorable occasion on a Ballymena United shirt?
I always enjoyed playing against Linfield out there, basically. I like beating them. But probably the best memory I would have was the day I scored the winner against Portadown in the second round of the Irish Cup replay.
Eddie, I mean, I would think maybe 58, you're 18 years of age. Milburn and Linfield at the Oval, 2-0. McGee and Russell get the goals.
Alec Russell and goals for Linfield.
That's right.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. It was a bit scrappy, the goal. Shot, Alec parried, come back out, stuck it in. Probably the better goal that I scored was in the semi-final the next year at the Oval.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby Irvine was in goal, so it was one from maybe 25 yards, volleyed it.
Yeah.
One of these, you hit it and it goes anywhere,
But the cup final of 58 was obviously the big memory, was it?
Well, for me, I mean, 24,000, was unbelievable.
The trip to Stranraer we had a couple of seasons ago was good, wasn't it? I probably, again, a wee bit like a disappointment getting to the County Antrim Shield final. That's as close as we've come to winning something since I've been here, and we were this much away from Kevin goes through and hits it on the side of the crossbar, bounces down and back out, and we were so close to winning things. So I don't know how much it means to the people here to win something, I know how much we'd be celebrating for a good couple of weeks, if we do, but that's how close we came, and it was like it was great getting there, and the support we got that night was fantastic, and just unfortunate we couldn't bring home the shield that night. But apart from that, there probably going down the Coleraine and 1-0 winners. He was saying they got down and nicked the goal and the 1-0 win, and it was a nice time for me because it got a bit of stick from the Coleraine fans, and it was nice to get the winner over them down there 1-0. So.
This is one for both Norman and Eddie. How highly would you rate Alec McCrae as a player and also as a manager?
I think you can take that one as well, Arthur.
And Arthur as well, sorry.
Probably near enough a great player, and talking in British Isles terms, but a very, very good player, even at the age he was when he came over here. He was basically left-footed, but he had brilliant skill and brilliant passing ability and a brilliant brain as far as that, And the big thing about him was he was very good at encouraging young players, because he brought all us through. And if it had been a manager 3 or 4 years previously, we might never even have got a chance. But Alec took a chance on youth and gave us all a chance. And I couldn't speak highly enough of him as a player, as a manager, and as a person. And that's basically all I can say.
He's an absolute gentleman. Heard him raising his voice to anybody, but yet he could get the best out of all the players. And he brought over some right idiots from... Now, when I say idiots, I don't mean on the park, off the park, from Scotland, like Jimmy McGee. I mean, the atmosphere in the changing rooms was unbelievable. As we call it here, the crack. It was and everybody thoroughly enjoyed. They went out and gave him 200%. And
he weighed in with his share of goals. I know at that stage of his career he started to lose a wee bit of pace, but he still had the head screwed on the right way. Alec was top class man every way.
Who has been the
hardest opponent you've played against? That's to all the panel.
No, I couldn't honestly give an honest answer to that. I couldn't. I don't think in the Irish League terms there was anybody that I was really frightened of, to be honest with you.
Billy Cubitt on training nights.
I would go along with you there. No 50-50s with Billy.
I'm being quite serious.
Yes, I know you are.
For me personally, I'd have to say Spike Ferguson, big, strong man. It was fantastic. He could break your heart in a heartbeat, so he could, the ball would go away and you think you have him in a great position. He was great at peeling off and scoring a good goal, and he was a big, strong man too. He led the line really, really well, and Big Vinnie Arkins was another one the same. If you're playing like as a defence and that there, with fantastic movement, a big, strong man. He was hard to shift,
What years would you say were Ballymena United's glory years? 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, or still to come?
Well, I can only speak for myself as regard, like the 60s with Alec McCrae and Jeff Twentyman, and then the 70s. Well, I'm not saying just because I was player manager there for about 5 years, but Alec McCrae was also big for his say. So, as far as football was concerned, I would be inclined to go along with the 60s and the 70s. Like, I know Alan Campbell had a good run. Was that in the 80s as well?
Alan, yes. Runners-up in the league championship.
That's right.
He won the cup in 81 as well.
He had a very good side as well. So like it'd be unfair because I just didn't keep in touch with it all the time.
Who was the best player that you played alongside, Norman?
Norman, please. This is going to be embarrassing here.
A very difficult question. I played left left when Alec McCrae was inside left. Eddie was inside left to me for a couple of seasons. I thought we had a very good partnership. Haven't looked at in the overall, I would have to say probably Alex McCrae was the best player I'd played with.
George Best, and we should remember that one of Arthur's 7 caps was the 1967 Northern Ireland 1, Scotland 0, remembered as the George Best International.
Like they say it was the day George Best beat Scotland on his own, and it's not fair because I gave him a hand that day.
My answer probably won't be a popular one, like, do you mean? But one of the best players I played with was Pat McAllister, who played a long time for Cliftonville Korean. Yeah, but Pat emphasised everything it was to be a winner. He was a real. He could drive a team on single-handedly. He was massive in the dressing room. He was a player that everyone looked up to. Whenever you were in trouble, you turned to Pat for it, and he always seemed to have an answer to spur you on. It wasn't I know we're all popular answer at all, but he rubbed off for me definitely not there to never give up and keep working as hard as you possibly can, and always give nothing less than 100%. So Pat had a big influence on me that way. But he was a great player. But here at Ballymena, I'd have to say, boy, Gary Smith was fantastic when I first came to the club. Yeah. Great ball winning centre half. He just dominated, and the same role as Pat. He was the same kind of person, same build, same physique and that there, but weren't built like much, but were massive. Didn't seem to back down an inch, kept on driving you forward, and fantastic. And we're playing with some great players here at the minute. I think Michael Smith's got an unbelievable future ahead of him.
I think he could play in England.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's a real talent. He's a real talent. Lee Colligan's the same at left side. 2 full-backs are fantastic wee players, So there's some good, exciting players here at the club. Going back to the question that was previous, there is good times ahead at the club, without a shadow of doubt. We've got some fantastic young players, and hopefully the good times are ahead of us still to come.
Thank you very much indeed. We hope so too.